it's really an impressive way to finish out the season.
Yeah, we need a bit of momentum. And momentum means a couple of things, right? It obviously the win, because we've sort of had our injuries and we've been a bit hit and miss. But momentum also just for the guys to get a bit of touch, to rotate into our bench. I think Jonah was great. I thought Lat was great. I thought Jook was great. Ben, everyone who sort of stepped up off the bench. And so, momentum, I feel like we ticked a lot of boxes. So, we can use that, and hopefully now we'll just sit back and see what Brisbane can get done at their joint against New Zealand, and either we're preparing for a play-in on the Thursday, Friday next week, or we got a bit of time off to rest some sore bodies.
He was just standing under the ring and during the warm-up and doing nothing. We all looked at the ring, well, he's clearly not going to play. How did you mentally get this team into a position where they were going to be able to start like that, knowing who wasn't out here?
The crazy thing is we've had a lot of outs, and the outs really hasn't been the issue for us. It's when we've been full strength and trying to build that momentum that we've sort of had some up and down results. The crazy thing is when we've had outs, whether it be Sam, Taj, and earlier in the season, and Keanu now, we just seem to, everyone just sort of steps up, which is great. And so, it becomes that challenge when you do have your full strength and trying to get that momentum, knowing that, you can rotate tight or you can rotate deep. So that's a long answer to a very short one, in the sense that I think we've been pretty conditioned for it. So 1 man down, 2 men down, it's just another 4 or 5 minutes for this guy and another 4 or 5 minutes for that guy, and they love the opportunity, so why not?
We're playing tournament now, so things are a little bit different. So what would the difference be for you finishing second and third with that extra time to be able to prepare to play?
Preparation and recovery. Everything's about deposits and withdrawals, how we sort of plan our week. So obviously, we talk about the individual in this instance. Like I look at Shannon, for example, right? He played 26 minutes, and so we're probably a few minutes less than what we usually play him. So we're able to make a few little deposits there, but he still played. We're going to go doorstep to doorstep tomorrow, in a sense of leaving Perth, arriving back in Cairns. It's going to take us 10.5 hours, so there's no deposits made there. Sunday we'll do recovery, on-court Monday, and then we've got to travel to Melbourne for this MVP thing, so there's no deposits made there. Come back on the Wednesday, try and get half a session in, and then potentially play the Thursday or the Friday. So to finish top 2 just gives you a little bit more of those deposits, right? And especially in terms of preparation on court. Whereas the plane is a quick turnaround. And even with home court, we're going to spend more time flying than recovering and training. And that's crazy to me, but it is what it is, right?
The big thing about tonight, having the benefit of where you stand and where we sit, even though you scored well in that first quarter, you seemed a little bit disappointed with your defence in the first quarter. You seemed as though you were lucky that they weren't dropping shots, that they were getting good shots.
Yeah, it was a couple of where, we were real directed where we wanted our rotations, and whether it was a combination of fatigue or panic, we rotated from the wrong spot. Brady Manick, I burned a timeout when he had his first uncontested 3. 30 seconds later, did it again when he hit another one, right? And that was what they're capable of. But yeah, I feel like there was a bunch of threes they had too, which we got real lucky that they missed. And that I wasn't happy with, because again, we're talking about momentum where you can win, but still walk out going, man, we actually screwed 20 possessions and we got lucky on those. We don't want to be lucky when we face Sydney or Southeast or Tassie or whoever it is. You want to get it done going up against their best performance, knowing our defence is that reliant. So that's what I was disappointed in. And then I thought we went a stretch where we couldn't defend without fouling. And again, a little bit of the panic, a little bit of the inexperience, whatever it may be. The cool thing is we navigated that whole situation, and the boys came back and stayed true.
And at the beginning of the third, when Deshaun was giving you a little bit of trouble, I think he scored their first 12 points. Sam was playing on 3. Is that just a learning curve for him, or did he need more help? How did you read that start of that third quarter?
Yeah, team, right? Because I called a timeout and I blasted you, subbed you out because the pass was too easy, right? So it can't just be. We talked about the one-on-one matchups. It was going to be vital, but you can always make things challenging, and I thought Deshaun Thomas did great because he got to exactly where he wanted to go. He got to the hand that he wanted to get to, and he got points. So Sam needed to be better, but the defense had to be better, the support had to be better, and we just came out flat. And we've done that a couple of times now in the last 2-3 weeks. We need to be better engaged, especially the start of the third. Against Adelaide, right? We had 1 point in the first 8 minutes, or 6 minutes, whatever it was. So we need to be a little bit locked in at the start.
Really big for us. We have a couple of guys with some, little injuries, but clearly we all can come in the game and make an impact. I think everybody did their job tonight, which makes me really happy. I mean, honestly, like Forde was saying, Jonah came in, started the game, played big. He didn't get all the shots he wanted, but he did everything else. He never stopped playing defense. He never stopped trying to rebound the ball. Light did the same thing. Juki came in, was a big spark for us. I think 14 and 11, big rebounds. So, everybody can come in and do something, which makes us a better team.
You talking about this blokes next year and what impact? You're smiling already when I'm
Yeah, I mean, he's been doing a great job with us all year. He puts so much confidence in all of our guys, which allows those guys to come in the game and do what they do. I mean, sometimes they might not get playing time, but he keeps them going and keeps them motivated and keeps them positive. And when they come in the game, they're all ready. We never feel like he's going to get mad at us for shooting the ball, or we turn the ball over, get mad at us. He always tells you, if you're going to go make a play, go make a play. You turn the ball over, it's basketball. It happens. So, I mean, he's a great motivator for us, and we're lucky to have him.
I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to steal this because, and I appreciate the kind words, but I also just want to. We still got postseason, right? And I'm definitely not, but the end of the regular season, I've had Sam and Kerry and Will, part of my coaching staff, come in. That was been with us for the last 2 years, and they do a lot of the heavy lifting. Like, I don't rebound for them. That was my time here, and it's like I don't rebound. Like, that's not my job anymore. And these guys come in at all sorts of hours, and they do a lot of heavy lifting. The scout, today's Will, Will did the scout, but that's like one arm of what we do. The other side of it is we got Steph and Roe and Josh, and again, year 2 of this relationship, and they're part of our high performance team, which do a great job in managing these guys on and off the court. They take care of our recovery. They take care of all the things I don't have to worry about. And so I just want to give, because I know what it's like, right, to be an assistant coach, and it can be a thankless job, right? And I really got to give these guys a huge amount of thanks, because they stuck it out with us when we were asked last year, and they understood the process of it. And then we made a huge amount of changes, and now we've taken the youngest and most inexperienced team in franchise history, and now we've just recorded the second best win rate. And there's a lot of trust from everybody doing their job. I know I can do a better job delegating some more stuff to these guys, but I make up a real small part of this in a sense of seeing the vision and letting it play out. But there's a lot of guys that do so much behind the scenes that I think this is the only moment I can really. So I apologise, this press is going to go way too long, but I know I had to get it out at some point, and I thought it was appropriate end of the season. So, and again, Tom, Tim, physios, Jody, everyone, the whole medical staff. Like, I definitely don't want to leave anybody out, but yeah, I'll be insane if I thought this was anything relative to what I was doing, because I haven't done anything different to what I was doing last year, and the guys we brought in have been fantastic. So there you go. I think I got it all in.
I think we got a bit longer with the MVP stuff that's come out this week. And what did you make of Bryce's game tonight? He was 3 assists away from a triple double. How did you find him?
He's the MVP, and I know I know Cooks personally, and he's had a fantastic season. I definitely don't want to diminish what Cooks and Creek have done this year, but when Bryce is done in terms of playing, he's going to be one of the greatest of all time. And I know there's some old heads that are going to get upset with that, but for what he's done in this league in such a short window, I think he's been here 6 seasons, and he's 3 MVPs and scoring titles and championships, and he's going to win more. And if that citizenship comes through, it's a case of who's going to come second, really. But his year this year is he's averaging more points than he ever has. He's shooting at a remarkable clip. I think it's about 38% from 3. He's averaging more rebounds than he ever has. He's second, I think, in terms of his assists, career average, steals, everything. He's won MVPs with lesser stats. So there is a little bit of East Coast bias. I'm going to get fined, whatever. But Bryce Cotton is the league MVP this year. And, if he plays to his late 30s, which he's capable of doing, he's going to go down as one of the greatest of all times.
You know the kid got smacked in the face?
No, but I said, like, it was an accident. He came straight off your boot.
Yeah, that's on me. Yeah, you know,
We had to give
I
him
have a
jersey.
really big foot for my size. I don't know why. I'm still growing, I think. I have no idea why I wear a size 14. I'm 6'1". But yeah, the ball just came off my foot and hit him right in the face.
So it was just like...
It just happened. The referee moved too, I think, too. I don't know why he ain't stopped the ball, but...
We don't want to be responsible for
Yeah.
what is a great game day experience with the family for the young fella. So hopefully we made it up to him. We gave him a jersey, and hopefully he becomes a Taipan supporter now and show some love. But yeah, the last thing we wanted to do was ruin his experience of what was a fantastic
He
environment.
seemed pretty happy after I talked to him. So I think he's doing a little bit better now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. I'm like, I don't want to
Flush.
see the cops after the game or something. But but I mean, he seemed good now.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it.